Right, for this question, this type of question, you need to have good knowledge of how to expand brackets involving surds. You need to have knowledge of trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA, and exact trigonometric values. All right, starters, this is a right angle triangle, and they want us to prove that x is 30 degrees. Being a right angle triangle, I'm going to apply SOHCAHTOA. I've covered this in previous videos. I'm going to start labeling. I'll start off with the hypotenuse, the longest side. This is opposite the angle in the question. And there's only one word left, adjacent. Right. Out of these three words, one of those I don't need. I don't need opposite because there is no number here and I'm not after this side. So it's irrelevant. So out of these three triangles, first, second or third, which one has got the word adjacent and hypotenuse? It's this one. Right, let me just develop that a bit further. That'll be cos angle. Adjacent, A for adjacent. Adjacent is root 6 plus 2 root 3. And the hypotenuse is 4 plus 2 root 2. Therefore, cos x, we know, cos x is equal to root 6 plus 2 root 3 over 4 plus 2 root 2. What I need to do now is rationalize the denominator. In other words, get rid of any square root in the denominator, and to do that we need to multiply the bottom, the denominator, by its conjugate. So I'm going to multiply this bottom one by its conjugate. So instead of a plus, it'll be a negative 2 root 2. Right, it's exactly the same except this one's a plus, this one's a negative, and that will help to get rid of the square root. You'll see in a moment. Whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So what I need to do now, I need to expand the brackets on the top. Got double brackets on the top, double brackets at the bottom. I need to expand them separately. Let's start off with the top one. Okay, I'll do it. Let me just do that here. Root 6 times 4, 4 times root 6 is 4 root 6. Root 6 times 2, root 6 times negative 2 root 2. Well, that would be negative 2 root 12, right? Remember, root 6 times root 2 is root 12, and the negative 2 just stays there. Right, 2 root 3 times 4 is 8 root 3, because 4 times 2 is 8, and that's just root 3 by itself. And then finally, there's a positive number multiplied with a negative number, so you'll get a negative outcome. Two times negative 2, 2 times 2 is 4, or rather 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. I've already got the negative there. And then root 3, this root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Right, the bit I can simplify a little bit further, I can break down a little bit further, is this root 12. If you think about it, let me just do it here. Root 12. Well, what two numbers multiply together to give you 12? But the first number that you think of has to be a square number. It's 4, isn't it? 4 times 3. 4 times 3 gives you 12. So that means root 4, square root of 4 is just 2. And then root 3, you just leave it in surd form. 2 root 3. So square root of 12 is 2 root 3. So the square root of 12 is 2 root 3. So I'm going to write 4 root 6, take away 2 times 2 root 3. Alright, let me just simplify this a bit better. Negative 2 times 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. root 3 plus 8 root 3. Obviously this one will cancel, this one will cancel this. 4 root 6, take away 4 root 6, cancels. And here we've got both of these are root 3 families. So we have -4 add 8 is +4 root 3. So on the numerator we have this. Right, let's do the same thing for the denominator. Four times 4 is 16. 4 times -2 root 2 is -8 root 2. Right. 2 root 2 times 4 is +8 root 2. And finally, 2 root 2 times -2 root 2, that'll be, if I just show you here what I'm doing, 2 root 2 times -2 root 2. Right, first of all, 2 times -2 is -4, and then the root 2 times root 2 is just 2. That gives you -8. -8. Obviously these cancel, so you're just left with 16 take away 8 is 8. That's the denominator. That goes on the denominator. So now on the numerator we have this, just 8. So now that simplifies to 4 over 8 is just a half, so that'll be root 3 over 2. Now from previous videos I've shown you about exact trigonometric values. We need to know what root 3 over 2 is. Well, I can tell you cos 30 gives you root 3 over 2. If I can just remind you those exact trig values using this useful table, I'll just quickly draw this for you. Now, this table is very useful to remember exact trig values. Okay, so what we have is cos. Right, to find root 3 over 2, root 3 over 2, you can see from the diagram, root 3, this one's a 3, over 2, root 3 over 2 is referring to cos 30. It's referring to cos 30. Right, by showing this, I prove that the angle is 30 degrees.